Hello, I wanted to go over a new product that I just got done mastering and setting up the printing for. I know a couple of you have been waiting for this, and sorry this took so long. Unfortunately, my father passed away just the other day, and we're dealing with that, so regardless. So with MT-LB kits from Trumpeter in particular, you really had to either go with the kit tracks, which made you put both of the guide horns on the tracks itself and then run it all together. They weren't workable. A lot of work, a lot of pain. You could go and buy a set of Fruel tracks. The Fruel tracks were good, but expensive and white metal, and you had to pin them, and it turns out that the sprockets in the Trumpeter kit are kind of wide and don't really fit the Fruel kits, Fruel tracks. They do have a nice two-piece sprocket that's in there. Detail is a tiny bit soft. It's not really 100% accurate. It's got a separate piece for putting on there for the hub. Just kind of overall, not really everything was easy to work with. I like the idea of MT-LBs, and I like the idea of the variety that they have. They're kind of a workhorse vehicle for the Soviet Union and all the countries that have them since then. A lot of variants, very similar to the M113 in the US, but the tracks and several of the other detail pieces are really intimidating. So somebody asked me to master some tracks for them, the wide tracks, with swamp tracks, wide tracks, low pressure tracks, whatever you want to call them, but they're extra wide. The problem with that was once I got the tracks made, and I made them according to blueprints that I got online. Well, blueprints isn't really good, more like line drawings. They didn't work really well with either Trumpeter sprocket, no surprise, honestly, and not terribly, honestly, great with the Fruel sprocket. The problem is that on other MT-LB tracks, I have a pair. Okay, I had a pair. They just slid off the line. Is that the other MT-LB tracks, either OMSH or RMSH, fit in between. Oh, that's why this is the wrong way. There we go. Fit in between the teeth. So the teeth are grabbing the lugs, if you want to call them that, on the sides and pulling them over like so. Well, with the wide teeth, the teeth actually go through holes in the teeth because they're wide enough, and so it's a much different prospect. And when I made these wide ones with the teeth the way they're set up, I don't know where the missing in translation problem is, but for the Fruel sprocket, they won't work. The sprocket's too wide. So I made up my own sprocket as well. So without further ado, in this set, you get a new sprocket. It goes right onto the hull. No problem, right there. And this is probably the most accurate one out there. It's got the undercut underneath the hub. It's got all the bolts and details where they belong. And this, of course, is based on drawings and photos. So the only caveat is that this is a little bit narrower than in the photos for the MT-LB V, the extended tracks, but it fits right on there like they should. So the way that I have this set up is it's 4 track pieces. You can take the sprocket. Okay, so first of all, one of the complaints was, well, if I print the tracks on the sprockets and an idler, if I had done an idler, then it's hard to paint everything. So paint your tracks as you want, and I should get the other, here are the long pieces. Now, paint the tracks. Here are the shorter pieces. Sorry about that, I dropped a piece. Seriously. Well, I don't need that for now. That can stay gone. Paint your tracks the way that you want them done. Paint your sprocket and all that. You have to make sure that you get the right tracks because they are handed right and left. I have put all the detail in here. I don't know if it's all going to show up, but I've even got it down to on the on the top right in here. It's either 101 or 102. From what I can tell, left and right were numbered. But anyways, what you want is the center portion with the, I'm gonna call it the toe, but it's for grabbing. It's kind of a cleat, but it's a part of the design. You want that going in the same direction for all 4 pieces, and you want the extension, this larger lobe, out. You can do it the way that I have it here, where the feet are pointing backwards, or you can do it with the feet pointing forwards. The important thing is that aside from being handed, all 4 pieces that you get, to this and to this, are the same. So you can mix and match them to get the look you want, as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing. So, that said, I've got these going backwards. I have a photo of them doing that, so that's what I was modeling them after for just showing this off. You just put the sprocket in, goes in relatively tight. This will take a bit of a squeeze with the wheels on. These wheels are not glued on, the idler is not glued on. This one, I didn't hollow out the hole the idler goes in, so it's got relatively little play versus on the other side it's got the full play. Anyways, and then I do have some nubs and holes on here so that you can take and put these together. You could put these together before you put them on the vehicle as well. You don't have to have them there. I'm going to put these on the back side here for when I put that on. And like I said, make sure you've got, yeah, I'm showing you all the problems associated with this. Make sure you've got the right piece for the right side. Probably why I was having a little difficulty there. These do carefully push together so that you'll get some play and workability with them. Same thing with the bottom. They just, like I said, once you've painted them, you just squeeze them on. You can put these together before you paint them. That's your choice. It's just the tolerances are pretty tight, so you want to make sure. I would glue them once you have them the way you want, but then these just slide on like so. And then with the idler here in the back, you can adjust as needed. The one side will require one extra link because these are the torsion bars are not opposite each other. They are, I can't remember the word, but whatever the word is. So you can see that there's a slight gap at the top, but the bottom is fine. I would put another link in there, like this one right here, and you will get 10 individual links as well. These can all be hooked together to form a individual run. It's just that they only go together once, and when they come apart, then the friction hold doesn't really hold as well, and they tend to not stick together, just like as if they were glue only, and I didn't want to give anybody that level of headache. So pull everything together, and the easiest way I found, like I showed you before, is to do it on the part that's at the back for the idler. Just push a track link in like so, and then slide everything on. This will take a little bit of dexterity. As you can see, the wheels do not friction fit on the kit. I don't want to really push this all too hard because, like I said, I did not set that idler up and back. I just want to show that it all does fit together. And if this is too much of a headache, you can file down the nubs. But anyways, this is how it ends up showing. It falls down on top of the track, or the road wheels. I figured that this is going to be so much easier. It's going to be so much nicer as it is right here. So this will be available. And I hope that it helps everybody build more of these MT-LBs because they are a pretty dang cool vehicle. And I'll try and get some more detail parts out soon in the future.